If a relationship didn't explode, it just faded, this might feel familiar. Welcome to Wisdom from the Porch. I'm GP. This is Wisdom from the Porch. Today we're diving into a topic that often goes unspoken, yet touches so many of us deeply. The quiet fading of a significant connection. It's not about a dramatic argument or a fiery disagreement. It's about those relationships that just slowly drift apart. One day you're sharing everything, and the next, calls become less frequent, text messages fewer, until silence settles in. And in that silence, there's a unique kind of ache. It's the pain of an unspoken goodbye, a relationship that didn't end with a bang, but with a whisper. It leaves you wondering, what happened? Was it something I did? Was it something they did? Or is it just the natural, sometimes painful evolution of life? So what happens in these quiet fades? I think it's often an erosion of connection, a slow chipping away at the foundation rather than a sudden earthquake. It's not about fighting, it's about not fighting enough, or perhaps not fighting right. It's about avoiding the difficult conversations, letting small resentments fester, or simply becoming too comfortable in our own separate worlds. Maybe it was a gradual shift in priorities. You're both ambitious, driven, but your ambition started pulling you in different directions. One chasing one dream, the other chasing another. And somewhere along the way, you stopped making space for each other's journeys. You talked about your days, but it felt more like reporting than sharing. You were roommates with benefits, not partners building a life. And the intimacy, it wasn't just physical. It was the emotional intimacy that weathered first. The late-night talks about fears and dreams became rare. The vulnerability that once bonded you was replaced by a polite distance. You were still there for each other in a superficial way, but the deep soul-bearing connection that makes a relationship truly thrive had quietly slipped away. It's easy to blame external factors, stress, work, life, but often it's an internal shift, a fear of conflict, a reluctance to express needs, or simply a lack of intentional effort to keep the spark alive. We assume that if there's no overt negativity, everything must be fine. But sometimes the absence of negativity isn't peace, it's just apathy, a slow surrender to the inevitable. So how do we recognize these quiet signs before a relationship completely flatlines? It's about tuning into the subtle shifts, the emotional whispers before they become deafening silences. It's about noticing when the effort becomes one-sided, when shared laughter turns into polite smiles, or when you start feeling more alone with them than you do without them. One thing I've learned is the importance of intentional connection. It's not enough to just coexist. We have to actively choose to engage, to ask the deeper questions, to share our inner feelings, even when it feels uncomfortable. It means scheduling quality time, yes, but more importantly, it means being fully present during that time, putting down the phone, looking into their eyes, and truly listening. It also means having the courage to address the small things before they become big things. The unspoken annoyances, the unmet expectations, the feeling of neglect. These aren't necessarily fights, they're opportunities for growth, for deeper understanding. If we shy away from these conversations, we're essentially choosing the quiet fade over the chance for repair. Ultimately, the quiet fade forces us to confront a difficult truth. Are we willing to fight for this connection? Or is it time to acknowledge that it's run its course? It's a choice to either reignite the intentionality, to rebuild the bridges of communication and vulnerability, or to consciously and kindly release what is no longer serving us. There's a certain bravery in acknowledging that a relationship has simply run its natural course, even without a dramatic climax. It's okay for things to end gently, with respect and understanding, rather than bitterness. Sometimes the most loving thing we can do for ourselves and for the other person is to acknowledge that the path has diverged and to wish each other well. It's about learning to listen to the silence, to understand what it's telling us. Is it a comfortable shared peace, or is it the sound of two hearts slowly drifting out of sync? The answer often lies not in the words we say, but in the ones we leave unsaid and the connections we fail to nurture. That's the conversation on the porch today. Some endings hurt not because of what was said, but because nothing ever was. If this helped even a little, you can follow the show, so these conversations are here when you need them. And as always, thank you to Cloud Microphones for supporting these conversations. This has been Wisdom from the Porch. I'm GP. You're always welcome on the porch.